Sierra Leone is a home to 7,557,000 people, with its population mainly dependent on agriculture and natural resources like diamond, gold, bauxite, rutile and more. Having come from a bloody civil war, the country has gone to conduct 4 democratic elections, but providing basic services for its citizenry has always been challenging. The country sits on enough access to water, but tapping into the already God-given natural resource is challenging, and residents in the capital Freetown, for example, go days without water.
Well, like me, so na tembe tonga de so I go water na, but like say, place we stay for water na at most, understand? So and the community, the world, and the pump na this one we pump here where they supply the community. We don't have to pump the one day the down here, one day up here. But now you can get the crowd always.
2 o'clock after soup, it don't lock. I say the lock now. If you open for after soup, say 11 o'clock, it don't lock back. Okay. I say that now.
So they don't even reach 11 o'clock. Because right now, even this open so around 4 to 5, 9 o'clock. So sometimes you don't even 10 o'clock, you don't lock back. Then they do have the 8 o'clock, which they open, I say 8 o'clock, you don't lock.
At this junction in Tengbe Town, people come from across the western area to fetch water. Capri is the caretaker at this particular street pump. He explains his ordeals and the help he hopes to get from the authorities involved.
We find out difficult because this pump is too small for the people who live in this community. This will want like more pump for the people in the community. As it's a small rubber than this, they keep a pass through. Then people can pass through. Then this people will serve not to one community. Not to this community, somebody they serve beaucoup community there. Because they open at 11 o'clock. Before they say 2 o'clock, you don't know. No man go look at me to forget it. Say the members say they can't get pumped on. Well, the councillor in there about Nandi, the honourable, if you don't can about, you don't tell me for know that thing. But the councillor in there about Nandi for the account another project to self will survive for the left for straight. Well, we ask Papa government if we go able for tank, it will much better. This will pump to lock for them 3 days. Go help because we get a lot of people who do commodity first side as you see. So if you lock, we go get the tank. For them, we will get water. And then think you look better like the daytime. Daytime when the people don't go to school, think if you have more than self. They couldn't go to school. That's why they flop. They stream back to the school bound. So now they can so much miss the bank picking because so they can meet more people. We need the pass they will go now that come back for again.
But how do businesses survive, especially those that are dependent on the provision of water for their work?
No one will let the water they come because they strain. Right now the water, if you build some dam, this about 10 months can come down. The water all they done. Pass all they go get the water side of water. So what's what can follow them? You know the water they pay to Buma any month. Any month to get bill safe. What the former chairman below left over 80 million. Pass all who don't take the challenge for the for their main that problem. But then self can get water. But what the pump can lock because they can give you small thing. But what you can 1 day, 2 days pump lock, you know go give. So right now they all on vex saying they pay because they tell they need the water, they get her.
The country's new president, Julius Maada Bio, was elected in March 2018, and during his state opening of Parliament speech, he stated that the objective of his new direction government is to increase access to drinking water and improved sanitation. And according to the president, in his government, a comprehensive water and sanitation strategic plan will be put in place to guide investment in the sector, and public sector investment will be progressively increased from its current low level of 3%.
In the area of provision of water supply, my administration will 1. Commence planning for the construction of new water reservoir for Freetown and its immediate environment. 2. Restore backbone water supply facilities in district capitals. Rehabilitate water distribution network in Freetown and construct standpipes in the private communities. 4. Construct boreholes and gravity water supply facilities in hard-to-reach peri-urban areas, in western area and the rural areas. rehabilitate existing water dams, and protect all major watershed areas against deforestation and other environmental problems. 6. Undertake reforms in the water sector, including unbundling water generation from distribution as it is in the energy sector to improve on efficiency and cost recovery. Strengthen the maintenance capacity of Goma Valley Water Company, the Sierra Leone Water Company, as well as local councils.
It's been a year since Julius Maada Bio was voted President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, but the supply of water has been a key concern for residents not only in Freetown, but provincial headquarter towns as well. The scarcity of water can be attributed to a series of factors such as poor planning or distribution of water supply, damaged water facility in some districts, and in some cases, water facilities abandoned because of substandard work done on those facilities or too costly to run.
So what we have been doing for the past 6 months to a year, we have been planning, identifying the problems, where the key areas are, what our priorities are, what our vision is, and we have set out the plans. The plans are now in place. We've got plans for Freetown, we've got feasibility study started, we've got other studies that have started. And the construction is basically not just digging holes in the ground, but actually doing the planning and design. So most of the designs are happening. For the provincial towns, we've done a project. We have started a project, or we're about to start a project in Banff. Banff has been pronounced by the president, and what we are looking for now is secured funding from one of the banks. You know, the design is already there. The feasibility study is there. Kailan, obviously, the government funds will be available. We budgeted for it in the 2018 budget, so we have money in the 2019 budget to be able to implement 6 of those towns like Kailan, Moyamba, Pujehun, and some other towns, so 3 other towns across the country. Those are the district towns. For provincial towns, we are hastily trying to finish off the 3 towns water supply system, which is Makeni, Bo, Kenema, Makeni. And one of our basic problems is house connections. We are planning to hasten to connect as many people as we possibly can. In fact, our plan is by the middle of this year, we will be able to get the president to commission Kenema and Bo by the middle of this year. That is, water will be running now into people's pipes around that time. So we have done quite a lot in terms of water supply. For Freetown, we are not just going to sit by and wait for water to come in 2022, and people are becoming thirsty. What we have done is we have reorganized the dry season project, what we usually call the dry season project.
In the east and western area of Freetown, access to water during the dries is a difficult task for most communities, with women and children having to walk long distances to fetch water. Fala Tengbe is the senior project manager running the Freetown dry season water supply project.
The basic concept about the project is to cater for people that are actually not having sufficient water. We have deprived communities, hard to reach areas for which Guma network has not been extended to. So against that backdrop, we are running this project to ensuring that we provide water to those areas. Within the short-term period, we as a ministry are currently embarked on trucking water, using water bowsers from one point to the other, like I stated earlier, to water-stressed communities. We also have the construction of boreholes. The difference for now that we will start seeing within the shortest possible time is that we will be incorporating, like the construction of industrial boreholes. We will actually expand on gravity schemes that will actually make the difference.
In the area of provision of water supply, President Bio promised to commence planning for the construction of a new water reservoir for Freetown and its immediate environs. And one of such projects is the Bockarie River project that will serve as a boost to the already supply provided by the Guma Dam, Regent Reservoir and Congo Dam.
The 5-year strategy is what we are working to at the moment. It looks at every element of the policy statements of the President, from providing potable water in Freetown right down to all the districts, and obviously other aspects of studies that we need to do to improve our policies and projects as well, and project management as well. We actually have started a project to provide more infrastructure for Freetown. More infrastructure means we are trying to harness water from the Bockarie River project. We'll be able to identify an investor, a foreign direct investor. We are in discussion, we have an MOU with that investor. But as a government, we don't want to put all our burden on an investor to do feasibility study for us. So we have actually identified a company to carry out a full feasibility study and preliminary design of the water supply from Bockarie River to Freetown, which is about 60 kilometers away. And that feasibility study and cost estimate, which will now be a bankable project, will now be used to negotiate with the foreign direct investor, for which we have signed an MOU.
But if Freetown is bracing for a water project to be completed by 2023, what are some of the ministry's plans for provincial towns, especially districts like Kailahun and Bonth, as President Bio promised to restore pipe-borne water supply facilities in district capitals and construct boreholes and gravity water supply facilities in hard-to-reach peri-urban areas in the western area and rural areas?
We have outstanding, or some major towns are waiting on our list for funds in order to give them water supply. Consider Kono Sembeon water supply project, improvement of water supply system in Patloko, then Bonth, Matrujon, Karine and Falaba districts. All these people, all these communities are waiting very urgently, and their documents are being prepared, and very soon work will be commenced after going through the processes of getting contractors. Then moreover, Njala, Tayama and Mano Dase is under urgent considerations. Then moreover, let me say, and lots more under urgent consideration.
Water scarcity affects more than 40% of people around the world, an alarming figure that is projected to increase with the rise of global temperatures as a result of climate change. Although 2.1 billion people have gained access to improved water sanitation since 1990, dwindling supplies of safe drinking water is a major problem impacting every continent. Each day, nearly 1,000 children die due to preventable water and sanitation-related diseases. Women in sub-Saharan Africa collectively spend about 40 billion hours a year collecting water. This significantly impacts their employment opportunities. The Sustainable Development Goal number 6 will continue to guide UNDP policy and funding until 2030, and by 2030, the global target is to achieve universal and equitable access to safe and affordable drinking water for all.